Peace, fam. Come on into the live video. Let me know you're here. Let me know your name. Well, I know your name. Let me know your location, guys. We'll get into some deep conversations. I'm gonna stay about 30 minutes on this one, and then I'm gonna have to bounce. I got some things that I need to do today. All right. Let me adjust this just a little bit. There you go. Again, we'll give a shout out to that first person who came up in the house. Go ahead and let me know where you at, where you from. Second person in the house. Where you from? We're gonna talk about different things today, guys. I'm gonna talk about what I believe to be black people's biggest, or one of black people's biggest mistakes. And that's being loyal to the Democratic Party without giving them any real consequences for never coming through. All right. I know many of you gonna disagree with that. What's up, Courtney? Good to see you. Let some more people come into the building. Also, we're going to talk about transgenerational inheritance. What's up? I don't know if I can pronounce that, Mrs. Newman. Angelique, is that correct? Give me a thumbs up if I pronounce that correct. What's up, Devin? You killed me with that, Uncle. Uncle Monte. That's too funny. What's up, Leslie? Well, thank you, Courtney. Yeah, she was serious about that. We didn't know if it was on her work. We're talking about my mom's testimony. We had, I just tried it on her because my mom has a lot of health issues and she's under a lot of medications from the doctor. So I don't try to mess with what they already have her on, you know what I mean? Because she's been doing that for a long time. But they gave her some things for what she was experiencing and it wasn't helping. And then one day I went over and she was trying to eat and she was coughing that stuff right back up. And I couldn't see my mom like that. So I said, let me go and get this CBD oil and bring it back and we'll try it. And she thought it was something that was specific for that condition. I told her it's just something that's for the body, you know what I mean? And actually I had another testimony today with one of my clients and it's about her getting better sleep with it. You know what I mean? Some people are gonna experience it differently. Some people benefit from the pain relief. Some people benefit from the from other things and conditions that they have, and some people would benefit from just getting relaxed by it and going to sleep. But all people will benefit from the nutrients that the CBD oil and the hemp products have, which are those fatty acids that we need, the omega-3s, the omega-6s, and a lot of more things. What's up, Afrocentric? You still getting it in on that workout? I hadn't been able to catch you lately. How you doing on your workout, Afro? But yeah, so that's one of the things that we tried with mom, and it worked. But my mom has an uphill battle. She has a lot of things going on health-wise. And again, she was already heavily on the medications, and I'm not comfortable enough to start trying to take her off medications and do it my way. I'm doing that with myself. I got myself off all medications, and I deal with my issues strictly herbal. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool, Afrocentric. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. Family, give Afrocentric a good look. Afrocentric TV, Anatomy TV, I believe that is. She does a lot of things with the training. It's not showing up, guys. So yeah, there we go. So it's Afrocentric Anatomy TV. Check her out, guys. Again, guys, anything you want to talk about, let's put it on the table. You know what I mean? We can start talking about whatever. It probably be a slow grind for people coming in, which is cool. You know what I mean? It's not always about how many get into the building, but it's about the quality of the people that get in and ask the questions, etc. Because there's a lot of things to cover, a ton of things to cover, not just health and nutrition wise, just socially, in general. You know what I mean? We are all human beings within a society, so we have a lot, you know what I mean, that we can do. You know what I mean? Leslie says, congrats to Afrocentric Anatomy TV. That's cool. Thanks for the shout out, Leslie. So what you guys think about black people being pretty much tied to the Democratic Party, guys? I will talk a little bit about politics. I know people say that you shouldn't talk about politics. I'm not one to follow rules. I believe we should be able to talk about anything any and everything. You know what I mean? So I have an issue with black people in America, African Americans, etc. The majority of us are tied to the Democratic Party, no matter what. And again, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, and I think all of them is a part of the system. So I really can't support anything that I think is part of the system. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, some of them may have their own different perks and things and how they go about doing things. And the Democratic Party has seemed to be the party that looks out for black people the most. But I really don't think so. I really don't think that what it is that they do is really showing dividends as far as, if you look at the poverty situation, and we're talking specifically African Americans right now, but poverty in general, but specifically African Americans. I want to look back over the last 30, 40 years and see, has whoever's in office, Democratic office, control Congress, president, etc., has the poverty level really changed? And has things really changed? Even with our boy Barack in the White House, when he was in the White House. You understand what I'm saying? So has it really changed? Has the condition of people really changed? Okay, Deborah, I hear what you're saying. You said, I find out what the laws are for that year and benefited to help your life. That's cool. I feel you. I vote, however, I'm not looking in the direction of any shenanigans anymore. Period. I feel you, Leslie. But yeah, I've only voted one time, and I voted for Barack the first time. But the second time, I was disappointed at certain things that I felt that he didn't do, as far as really holding those people who were accountable for the crash in 2008, those bankers and everybody else that he said he was going to prosecute or have prosecuted, and he did nothing to them. So that was like a slap in the face for me. You know what I mean? And I'm not holding him to no higher standard than anybody else. And again, all of them are part of a system, in my opinion. But that right there turned me off as far as voting for him. Now, do I feel that he's a good individual? Yes, I do. But I feel that politicians are politicians. And if you're in a system like this, you're going to play games and you're going to do things. But for those of you who do vote, I get it. You know what I mean? You should do what you feel you need to do as far as your duty is concerned. You know what I mean? For me, I can't really deal with them. For many reasons. It's probably too many to explain on this level. Also, guys, what you think about, I was just thinking today about how we've been brought up on fantasies and things of that nature. Told to believe in like tooth fairies and things of that nature. And how that conditions the mind. You know what I mean? So a lot of people think that that's just like something something that's innocuous. It's really not harmful to tell these little things about the tooth fairy and things of that nature. But I believe that these things conditions the mind to accept more falsehood and have a hard time dealing with the truths and realities that most of us face when we get old. Again, I'm not against having fun, but I'm against conditioning people to believe that which is not true, and then having them have a hard time accepting true things when it comes to life. And I think that's what we're dealing with in here. I got to figure out how to keep these comments coming up. What's up, Melanie? Hey, what's up, Melanie? Calling me Uncle Monte. That's crazy. What's up, Val? Say, as long as we have electoral college, I know they don't need us at all. Yeah, that's true as well. So again, I'm not bashing this whole entire USA in the sense of bashing it, but I have issues with major things that go on with inside it, you know what I mean? So that's my biggest thing right there. You know what I mean? Somebody was asking me yesterday about the guy down in Texas, I forget his name, black guy who was killed by the white woman who walked into his apartment, said she thought it was her apartment, and she shot him. Have any of you guys kept up with that? I haven't really been keeping up with that, so I guess I'm just a little behind on that right there. but I knew about it. Yeah, Melanie. All right, cool, Melanie. Thanks. Yeah. And what about, it's another case. Now I forget. I had wrote that lady's name down, but she told she helped her a boyfriend or to kill himself, so to speak. Told him, suggested that he should kill himself, and he ended up killing himself, and they charged her. So what you guys think about that right there? You know what I mean? Do you think that just because she was urging him on to kill himself, and he went on ahead and killed himself, that she should be charged with a crime? I think she came up for parole or something like that, and they denied her or whatever. I hadn't really caught up with that as well. I just saw snippets of it, and I had heard about it. But I'm thinking this is my thought process with it. I think that he probably was gonna kill himself anyway. If you can allow somebody to coach you into killing yourself, I think you was already gonna do it. And I'm not saying what she did was right, but hey, her ex-boyfriend was on the stand, Amber. Deborah say mind control so real. They tell children don't question adults. Yeah, yeah. That's one of that thing is real. You said she was negligent by the law, Leslie. What that mean? Yeah, I believe she did get charged. The white lady officer who killed the guy. Uh, that was kind of crazy. Yeah. What's up, Key? Now, again, guys, with these names, I'm gonna tell somebody up, tell some of these names up. So forgive me, Judy and Key, Kahana. That's all I'm gonna say. Because my pronunciation on some of these things is terrible. What's up, Simply Natural? What's going on with you? Yeah, we just talking about a few things in the house. Not too much, not too little. But yeah, so again, like dealing with those falsehoods and fairy tales that we tell the children, I mean, do you feel as if that has an impact on children as well as when they get on up into adulthood, really dealing with real, true stuff, dealing with the reality of situations? You know what I mean? Now they got the elf on the shelf to try to make kids behave. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy. So Leslie, you say personally she should get off as long as she didn't physically touch him. I don't know what to think about that situation. That's kind of, man, it's kind of strange. That's kind of strange, you know what I mean? So, but I feel that mental illness is something that is real deep, guys. I think we touched on that a little bit earlier in one of my videos earlier today, or even yesterday in the live. I think many of us are dealing with some type of what they call neurosis, small mental illness. Not that we're crazy, but that we're dealing with certain things that don't allow us to function at the highest level. And I feel that many individuals deal with something more deeper, but are still able to function at high levels, able to run businesses, able to be involved in relationships, but ultimately they do things that really start to destroy things around them, or they do things that are not beneficial for the whole. What's up, Tammy? How you doing? Yeah, yeah, I remember that when we was coming up. I was coming up in that time too. I think, Devil, where you can't call grown up by their first name and all those things. Now I do think that now today is so lax where kids don't respect anything, that certain things that are in place that were given to us are beneficial as far as showing respect. Because I feel like some individuals don't have absolutely no respect. A lot of these young kids today. So I do think there's something there to be told as far as if they are speaking to a grown up, maybe you want to call them by Mr. or Miss. I think that's still something that should be taught to kids to a certain degree. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. that is the only way to go about doing things. But the lack of respect between the youth and their elders is great, and it's damaging to a lot of individuals. So that's one of those things that I feel really needs to be addressed. And then again, like I said, trying to discipline kids and trying to guide kids in the right direction, that's a tough job, especially these days, because of all the restrictions that are put on parents, so forth, when it comes to disciplining their kids. But yet, they want you to take responsibility for your kids' action. But yet, you can't discipline them without being in fear of almost in fear that they may go to the police and get you charged with X, Y, and Z. Like, it's really backwards. You know what I mean? Society has went backwards, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I feel is really damaging to the society. I was speaking to my barber today when he cut my hair. You see the first cut, guys? It's in there. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But I was speaking to my barber today, and we was talking about, and again, we was dealing with specifically the hood, like where we came from, and he was like, man, I don't think nothing gonna change in the hood anytime soon. I said, I agree with you 100%, because I said what is happening is when it comes down to genes, guys, we're not only passing on physical traits, we're passing on emotional and mental propensities as well. You feel what I'm saying? So thank Leslie. So at the end of the day, when you passing on those things get recycled as well. So the propensity to do certain things, even in our own being, good or bad, have their root in the genes that we inherit from our parents. And some things are called transgeneration, meaning like we can inherit certain traits from our grandparents. It may skip our parents, but they land on us. And a lot of people don't like to think in those terms, to think that that is actual, because again, we don't know, we don't study the body, we don't understand the body, so we don't know how things work when it comes to genes, etc., and how again we can have those propensities to do certain things because it was passed on in our genes. That doesn't mean we have to do them, but a lot of times we will do those things and engage in things, and we don't really understand where it's coming from. A lot of times it's coming from your parents. You understand what I'm saying? I like to use Sharon as an example when it comes to the truck driving and to her skill with building things and stuff like that. Her granddaddy was a carpenter. Her father was a truck driver. And those things came easy to her. She was able to build things in that basement on her own. Frame, never go to school, frame, hang sheetrock, do all those type of things. And she never went to school for it. It was in her genes to be able to do those things. She just had the grasp onto it and then take it to that next level. All right, simple and natural. What you say? I miss anything, and this is a continuation from yesterday live. It's a combination of it's today, and it's just a combination of everything. Simply natural. Basically, we were just been talking about politics to a certain degree. Democratic Party. I say black people are tied to the Democratic Party, and I don't really agree with that. I'm not saying that I want them to be Republican. I'm neither. I have no trust in the system at all, to be honest with you. And we talked about that. Then we talked about the guy down in Texas who got killed when the white police officer, the lady female police officer came into his apartment and killed him. Said she thought it was her apartment and those things like that. So we hadn't really been talking about a whole lot. And again, I'm not staying too long, guys. I got some things that I got to do. I just wanted to come live and just get some feedback, just chop it up. And I think I'm starting coming live on almost like a daily basis just to have, you know what I mean, a back and forth with you guys on certain things. You know what I mean? So that's basically what it is. So it's not anything really too specific. Again, if you have any questions or anything specific that you want to talk about, just throw the question up in the comments and we can chop it up about those type of things, you know. But in general, you know, I had a good day. It's a light day today. I get up pretty much at 4:30 every morning, and then I train, and then I have breaks in between. I'm usually done at 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I've switched it up a little bit. I go back at 4 and train some of my peeps because I'm shortening down my days on Wednesday in order to spend more time trying to produce videos and do more research. Eventually, I'll be glad when I'm able to just to get away from doing that part of my business and then focus really just on the herbs and the nutrition and the mindfulness and those type of things. Can we talk about what you think is best bottled water? I do a spring water, this right here, and actually it's like a this actually is from what is it from? This might be from Publix, but I usually do one from Publix and from Whole Foods. My research has said that spring water basically would be the best, but you have a lot of people who disagree. I'm not a fan of just drinking the alkaline water and just thinking that that's going to be it. So you can find some alkaline waters that are great, but at the end of the day, you don't want to get too, just like you don't want to be too acidic. I don't know how to get these questions back up there. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Now I should be able to work this, guys. Again, you got to work with me on this one. I'm a little slow. Okay, Judy, I'll check it out. I hadn't had a chance to look. I hadn't had a chance to look at my email. I didn't see anything pop up, but I'm glad you stated that. What is the price of the CBD oil? So the CBD oil is I'm selling it for 45 because I'm taking in the shipping and handling is already in the price. So you're not paying for the shipping and handling. And it's 500 milligrams on the CBD oil. And again, for different people, it's going to work differently depending on how their body is. And again, there's no one, and we talked about this yesterday, guys, there's no one thing that's going to do the job for everybody. And CBD oil is not a miracle type thing. It's just a natural derivative from the hemp plant with all the benefits of the hemp plant. And the hemp plant has a ton of benefits. That's why the CBD oil is effective. It's nutrition that the body is getting. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, so that's, that's pretty much what it is on the CBD oil, guys. And that's that's how that pops off. Hey, what's up? What's up, Miss D? I see you. Your boy, I'm about to get up out of here, Miss D. You coming all late. I told you 6:30. No, I'm just kidding. Glad to see you in the house. But yeah, we're just talking about a few things, guys. Talking about different things. We're talking about things down in Texas. We're talking about other things as well. Sharon do her own thing, Irma. You know what I mean? Sharon, I can't force anybody to do anything. I share my information with them. I never try to force things on anybody. You understand what I'm saying? And I would hope that she will continue to do the stuff that I've given her to do. But a lot of times she has things that she wants to do herself. And sometimes she just step all the way back and don't do anything. So again, when I'm helping people, those who I love, I force nothing on anybody. I share what it is that I've learned. I let them know that I'm going to be there for them. And then I leave it up to them to follow through. One thing we can't do, we can't lose ourselves in somebody else's struggle. We can be in the struggle with them, but you can't lose yourself in the struggle. You know what I mean? That they're going through. Be there for them. But at the end of the day, never lose yourself in anybody else's struggle, because then you become weakened as well. And then those who you need to help, in effect, on the other end, they suffer from you being weakened. You understand what I'm saying? So the ideal is to always be in a struggle with those who are struggling, especially those who you love, but never lose yourself in somebody else's struggle. So if they want to do certain things, Let them do what it is that they choose to do after you've given them the information that you needed to give them. After you ask them to do certain things. You know what I mean? Many times I've asked her to go to the doctor, see what this is. She said, no, I ain't going. I leave it at that. I don't force anything. That's what you have to do, in my opinion. Can you do a video on how to go vegan? Well, actually, I could do a video on that. But it's going to be different for many people. But at the end of the day, it was easier for me because I hadn't eaten red meat or pork in 25 years. All I was eating was chicken and fish. I couldn't do dairy anymore anyway because it had broken down my body and I couldn't do it. Not because I was vegan, but my body wouldn't accept that. So what I did was I was able to go cold turkey from the chicken and the fish, and then I just guided myself into the veganism. I had to learn a lot. I actually have programs, and again, I do the video, but I actually have guides on how to help people to wean themselves off meat if that's what they're trying to do, and to show them how to do it in a way that is going to maximize their ability to be able to sustain going vegan. You know what I mean? And on the video yesterday, one lady said she went vegan and she had to come off of it because she wasn't getting enough iron. Also, you have to know the herbs and things that you might need based off your situation. You understand what I'm saying? If your situation calls for you to be, to have more of one substance in your body than the other, then you have to know how to get that from herbs, guys. You know what I mean? And that's something that you have to, it's a learning process. But I definitely do a video on how to do it, Melania. Hopefully I pronounced it that right. Yeah, so it's cool, you know what I mean? And again, I'm that individual where I do not, what's up, Valerie? Glad you made it to the house, in the house. But I'm not that individual who's gonna bash anybody for doing what it is that they do when it comes to eating meat, etc. You understand what I'm saying? My issue comes with people who tell me that meat is essential for this physiology. I tell them, no, that's not right. You know what I mean? That's not right at all, because again, I go back to that same old scenario that I say all the time, and I know a lot of people are going to get tired of hearing it, but it's the truth. Anything that you got to modify in order to consume, in order not to be poisoned by it, cannot be natural to the physiology. It makes no sense that you would have to go through those types of loops in order to eat that which what you need. We've been able to do a lot of things because of our modern technology. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. You know what I mean? That is pretty good that we can do certain things, but technology is a gift and a curse, in my opinion. You know what I mean? A lot of things that we do are unnatural, but it's so easy for us to do it. We take those things as being natural. And that's what, like, people talk about superfoods. You'll hear a lot of health experts say superfoods. There's no such thing as a superfood. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as superfoods. There are only natural foods, and there are foods that are not natural that we have been consuming, that we have accepted as natural for this physiology. That's the difference. So even the health experts, those who are bright, super intelligent, they are misleading, and they kind of water down the fact that we have been eating things that are not natural to the body. Those foods that provide the nutrients that the body needs, that they have labeled as superfoods, are not superfoods. They just are the natural foods for the body. So they provide the body with what it needs as far as the minerals are concerned, the vitamins, the antioxidants, all those type of things. And therefore, the body thrives when it's eating what is natural to it. But many of us have been broken down when it comes to our condition, and therefore we're struggling with that. You know what I mean? We're struggling to go natural because our body has been broken down from the other things. So it becomes a struggle, and it's a real struggle. Again, I don't eat perfect at all. I'm still struggling myself, because you might see this bag of chips over there too. Now it is vegan, it is non-GMO, but ain't nothing about that bag of chip healthy. It's still a bag of chips. You know what I mean? So Again, I don't eat 100% healthy. I hope to be able to do that one day. But that's what's the okay, Judy. But that's a struggle. Congrats on the 3 weeks going vegan, Judy. That's cool. No doubt about it. And again, I caution anybody who do go vegan, I caution you not to bash, and I'm not saying you guys do, but I've seen individuals who go vegan and then they go bashing others around the head about why they shouldn't do this, why they shouldn't do that. You should never bash anybody. You should share what it is that you know and share it in a way that they can't refute it. Then, if they decide to come join the team, you're welcome. If they don't, you allow them to be, because that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I don't believe in bashing anybody to do anything. And this is across the board, from religion, from politics, from etc. Don't bash anybody. Show your light. And if your light shines bright and they're able to receive the light, they'll come on in. If they can't, then they'll stay on out. That's their choice. Again, I lose no sleep trying to convert anybody to do anything. Now, I do state my opinions that I have come across that I believe are facts. And then I try to express those things in a way that if you do disagree, you have to disagree with facts, not opinions, but with the facts. So I try to make sure that my opinions can be backed up by facts, and therefore they no longer be considered opinions. You know what I mean? So that's basically what it is with me on these types of things. And that's how I try to keep it moving with everything else. Also, the only one up, come on, it's free. Yeah, you say thumbs up. Yeah, I don't see I don't see any thumbs up in the house. Nobody puts. We got like 10 people, I think, in the chat. So okay, Judy, you say 32 years ago your mother-in-law died in colon cancer. And doctor said red and pork was her cancer source. That's when, yeah, definitely. Again, those things are cancer causing products. Actually, bacon, I think by the World Health Organization is being classified as a type 1 carcinogen, same class as tobacco, etc. But yet we still have companies and people touting bacon, even health experts touting bacon. Go eat bacon. When the World Health Organization has classified it as a type 1, same as asbestos and as tobacco. So how ridiculous is that? And then individuals like to say, well, it's not FDA approved when it comes to herbs and all that. If the FDA approves it, then you should be skeptical about it. You know what I mean? If they approve it, they approve GMO foods, guys. GMO, genetically modified organisms. This is not food. You know what I mean? This is not natural, even with the fruits and vegetables. So you got to be aware of that too. There's just a lot going on. You know what I mean? He say she smashed the like button. I don't know what's going on. It's not popping up on my screen. And also, you know, is it only 13 people in the house? I'm wondering if that's correct as well. You know what I mean? What's up, Crystal? I see you. Yeah. So again, guys, it ain't about bashing and it ain't about being right. It's about let me take that back. It's not about bashing it, and it's not trying to be right at all costs. It's trying to deliver truth. And if you can deliver the truth, that's what you do. What's up, Jay? What's up with you, JD? Lynette, I see you, Lynette. How you doing? Glad you made it to the house. Yeah, with the anytime this is a thing that you guys want to this can be a measure of your health too, guys. And again, we're grown folks, so we can talk. Like anytime you're defecating and you have a smelly defecation, then something is not right with your insides, guys. So you must understand that we've been taught that the defecation is supposed to stink. This is not true. It may have a little smell, but if it's your insides are working properly, you're not gonna have any smell. You're gonna have solid stool, and it's not gonna be any smell, guys. You know what I mean? You would have to look and grab it and smell it in order to smell it, versus what it is that we deal with and what we've been taught. So anytime that you're consuming, especially too much, especially if you are consuming too much protein, animal protein, and you have a what's the name of that? Ammonia type smell to your defecation, you're really damaging your kidneys, guys. So you want to be aware of these things. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is just things that we have not been taught or we've been taught wrong. And that, at the end of the day, leads us down a path of being sick. And again, I got a video that's popping out. It's only be a 1-minute video, and I'm talking about, do anybody know anybody that is fat, protein, or carb deficient? You understand what I'm saying? Because the health experts love to talk about fat, protein, and carbs. The cause of many diseases and why we succumb to diseases is the mineral deficiencies that we're up against. Because again, we have not been eating our natural food for many of us from day one. So we come in at a disadvantage. You understand what I'm saying? And those of us who were not breastfed, and there's many reasons why back in the day people didn't breastfeed. Now it's more or less people are more and I'm not saying ignorant in a bad way, but more ignorant or not aware of the necessity to breastfeed. Because again, we were taught that cow's milk and other milks are suitable for the human organism, and it's all right not to breastfeed. Again, they misled us, guys. We've been misled, led down the wrong path. Therefore, many of us, even us years later, who were not breastfed, who were not fed the proper food when they were young, fed what it is that they could, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's a cookbook that is named Forks Over Knives by why that name eludes me. It's Forks Over Knives, Dr. Campbell. They did a book called The China Study, and it talked about a lot of things, guys. So it's a big popular thing. It's been out for a long time, The China Study. So they made the book Forks Over Knives, guys. So that's a good book for those of you who want to have recipes and things of that nature. I told you I keep it real simple with mine. I really don't cook anything exotic when it comes to my eating and so forth. What's up? What's up, my sister P? You know I can't pronounce your name. You sent it in the email, so you know what I'm talking to. So yeah, so it's Forks Over Knives, guys. Forks Over Knives is the book. It has a lot. You read that? What you think about it, Lynette? Lynette says she read that. No, I got you, Val. I got you, V. I'm talking about my other homegirl. I can't pronounce her name. She told me how to pronounce it, but it's just I can't. I don't want to tell nobody's name, and I keep struggling with these names. So yeah, no, not you, V. I got you. But yeah, so the Forks Over Knives, that's a good book for those of you who are looking for things of that nature, and that's something that you can dig into. Yeah, so yeah, that's it on that, guys. So basically, again, if you find your path, then that's what you take. But also, again, if you really want to get a better understanding of yourself, this is my view. Try to understand your mother and your father. If they are still alive, I would sit down and really talk to them like about how they felt like right before you were born, not just during the time your mother was pregnant, but if and when they were dating and those type of things. All those things play a big role on propensity, emotional and mental propensities that are passed on within the genes, guys. And a lot of people don't think that, but definitely those things do manifest themselves or can manifest themselves in you. Because this is what we think, guys, or we don't understand that we're not individuals. We are really just a conglomerate of people who came before us. We become a individual on top of all those things that were given to us in order for us to be here. But no way, shape, or form are we a individual, independent of others. And I'm not talking about those physically around us. I'm talking about the gene makeup of our being. We are those who came before us, and we are on top of that, and we're controlling that. And once you master that, you become what it is that you want to become and control that which was given to you. You know what I mean? What's up, Florence? No, what's up, No Weapon? Hadn't seen you in the comments lately. Are you all right? Glad you made it in. I might need to push these lives back to like 7:30 or something like that. What you guys think? Think 7:30 will be a better time frame. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I guess that'll give people time to get off if they're in the Midwest, out on the West Coast, etc. Right? Give me your feedback on that, guys. What about 7:30-ish type lives? And again, guys, I'll be coming doing some of the lives, and anything you want to talk about, we talk about. Anything. You know what I mean? Like I said, with the mental health issues and those things are really serious, guys. And a lot of things that we are encountering. What's up, Keisha? A lot of things that we are encountering is a consequence of us having weakened mental and emotional states of being. And a lot of that is coming from, again, the nutrition that we're lacking, the minerals that we lack, etc. You know what I mean? All right, so 7:30 sounds like a good time, guys. So that's when I'm gonna start popping these lives out. Make that work, you know what I mean? And we'll try to keep it at 30 minutes. I went longer today. I'm gonna take it up to an hour, and then I got to get on up out of here. I got to enjoy the night a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad you caught it as well, No Weapon. 7:30 is going to be the new time, guys. So that's when we'll start dropping these lives off. And again, guys, any questions that you have, you be sure to ask those questions. If I don't have the answer, I'm going to send you somewhere I think you can find the answer, or I do research and hopefully I'll be able to come up with the answer. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, there's no one thing that's going to generate a healthy body. It's a combination of a lot of things that is going to restore health to a body that is diseased. I'm in the process of trying to do that right now. And yeah, guys, we got like 2 lights on the like button. I don't know. I think something might be wrong with that like button. Or y'all just ain't feeling me right now. It's one of those 2 things. Either something is not right or y'all are not feeling. We said, what time is it there? Couldn't find you at 6. No, it was 6:30, Judy, that I was trying to do. It's 7:25 here. So it's 6:30. Hemp seed versus hemp powder. Hemp seed pretty much hasn't really been altered. You know what I mean? So you're gonna probably get more of a from the hemp seed. But both of them still are gonna produce the same nutrients. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not really getting anything different. You're just getting in a different form and a different way to consume it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's probably is why you love sweets, Prince. I'm just gonna call you Prince, if that's cool. And you know what I mean? Definitely. And again, we start babies off eating too early. Thank you, Simply Natural. Yeah, the prednisone caused my sugar spike. Crazy, feeling better, but got worse. My sugar levels. I need the natural way. Yeah, so with the sugar levels, natural way to do those things. Again, you can work with the cinnamon. That has a great effect on blood sugar levels. It acts as almost like a pseudo insulin. It actually opens up the cell to allow blood sugars into the cell as insulin does, guys. So the cinnamon, and try to get the Ceylon cinnamon, that works well with that type of stuff. Also, when you're dealing with things such as the chlorella that has an effect on a positive effect on blood sugars and things of that, blood pressure as well. It's a host of things, and actually, it was a few things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't have them right in front of me, so I'm not gonna talk about them. But yeah, that's definitely gonna work. All right, so Prince Freak, that's cool. I see the symbol. That's too funny. But yeah, there's a ton of things that'll really work with lowering the blood sugar. For right now, and I got the herbs over there. For right now, the ones that specifically deal with the blood sugar, I can't think of beyond the cinnamon. I know the sea lion cinnamon works well with helping the body to lower the blood sugar. All right. So yeah, I see you, Prince Freak. I see you. But yeah, so that's one of the things. So yeah, you have to be aware of what it is that you're putting in your body or what you're allowing others to put in your body. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that insulin is great. And again, guys, it's a lot more of the herbs. For some reason, it's not really coming to my mind right now. The exact herbs that are beneficial for that blood sugar. You know what I mean? And I have them right in front of my face across the thing, but I'm thinking of so many other things. It's not really coming to my head. But again, the sea lion cinnamon definitely will work. Also, you just want to work on, if you can, not spiking that blood sugar. You understand what I'm saying? That'll go a long way to help that. Also, again, you want to make sure, we did a video on it. You want to make sure you're getting magnesium, you're getting that chromium, and you're getting that zinc. You want to make sure your levels of those are in place if you are diabetic, because this goes a long way to balancing the blood sugars. And you can find those things in the magnesium. You can find that in dandelion root, in your green leafy vegetables. The chromium, I think it was more of the apples, the black pepper, and it was a few more things that you could find that were really high in chromium. For those of you who eat meat, a lot of the meat is. What's up, Irma? I ain't seen you in forever, Irma. How you doing? It's been a while. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that you can do to try to help manage and work with your blood sugar. You know what I mean? But that's good to hear. But again, lifestyle changes is gonna be something that we have to do in order to make things happen. It's just no way around it. You know what I mean? No way around it. So that's definitely one of the things that I like to focus on. Yeah, the benefits of taking CBD oil if you don't have pain is the fact that they provide fatty acids like the omega-3s, the omega-6s that the body needs as far as the biological makeup. What's up, Deborah? Biological functions are concerned. Also, again, it carries the cannabinoids, which just help to regulate the system. And for many individuals, like one of my clients today who was skeptical about the CBD oil, but she bought it from me. She just came to me today and told me it's working wonders with her going to sleep and sleeping all the way through the night. Some people say it doesn't work. Sharon didn't believe that it worked for her sleeping. But beyond the specific pain, sleep, or nauseous type things that you may be dealing with, it provides minerals to the body that the body needs. It provides plant sterols. It provides what's the other things? The fatty acids, like we said, the cannabinoids, and it's a couple more things that it provides that are nutrient related, like minerals and things of that nature that comes from the hemp plant. So the body needs it. So you can utilize it as a way to get certain nutrients that you're likely not getting. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the benefits of taking the CBD oil on a daily basis, along with other herbs, etc. So it doesn't have to be specifically for the pain. What happens is it helps to regulate the body. That's how the pain and things start to go away, because the body starts to regulate itself and start doing that. Yeah, no weapon. You got to let them Pepsis go. That's death right there. What's up, Stephanie? Mobile. Alabama, I feel you. I suffer from bloating. What you okay? I do too. I suffer from bloating a lot. So what I utilize is, and you got to be careful with this because you got to make sure you're getting enough minerals in you. I utilize the charcoal, activated charcoal. I put it in water. I may have it right here. No, that ain't it. I put that activated charcoal in water, in my water like this. I take like 2 scoops, put it in the water, and I just sip on it whenever I'm dealing with that bloating in the morning, because I seem to bloat in the morning, and I have what is called an umbilical hernia. So it pokes out real bad and causes a lot of pain if I consume anything that has yeast in it or anything that bloats me. Therefore, I utilize that. It takes it right out. But at the same time, if you're utilizing that, you want to make sure you're getting minerals back into your body, because it not only takes out the toxins and other things that cause bloating, it also takes out some of the minerals. So you want to replenish yourself with the mineral. Crystal. Yes, definitely, guys. That's all we're trying to do is become a better ourselves. No doubt about that. You said the powder form. Yeah, that's what it is, Irma. I think if you're asking about the charcoal, it's an activated charcoal. It's different from the charcoal you cook with. I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think so. Thyroid use. The sea moss is the bladderwracks. It's called bladderwrack with the thyroid. It has a major. It helps with thyroid functioning. So you want to research the bladderwrack. So anything I tell you guys, you want to go ahead and do your own research with it. Don't just take my word. You understand what I'm saying? You want to make sure your condition is what it is and that this is what you need. But what you do need is you can find in the herb family. But you want to make sure that you understand why you're taking it, not just because I'm saying it. So with the thyroid, the bladderwrack has been given, gets a lot of hype about its functioning on the thyroid, as well as other herbs that I have that I've noticed have thyroid properties that help to manage the thyroid functioning. You understand what I'm saying? So look at the bladderwrack. That's the one that comes right in mind as far as the bladderwrack, as the thyroid is concerned. So that's something that you want to look into. The bladderwrack. It's BLADDERWRACK. All right. So that's something that you want to look into on that. But at the end of the day, guys, you want to make sure that you're getting enough minerals in the body as well. That's why I take the sea moss daily. Now, again, I said it yesterday. That sea moss is absolutely horrible. It tastes terrible. I'm telling you. So you might want to capsulize it, or you might want to take it in a little shot glass. That's what I do. I shake it up and I just take it in a little shot glass because I don't want to capsulize it. It takes too long, to be honest with you. Even though I got like 100 capsule thing where I can, it just takes a lot of time. Or I'm just impatient. It's one of the two. Nah, it's both. I'm impatient and it takes a lot of time. Hashimoto. Yeah, I'm familiar with that to a certain degree, Melania. Not all the way. I need to do a little bit more research on it. I know the name, but I haven't really dug deep into that. You want to explain it to me a little bit more? Because I know I've come across it, but I haven't dug deep into the Hashimoto syndrome. But at the end of the day, guys, the autoimmune diseases that we face, the arthritis, the etc., it's wild. Like I said, I take the sea moss. I don't know if you just heard me. If you didn't hear me, I take the sea moss. I actually just shake it up, and it just it's and I shoot it down real quick. Or you can capsulize it. I use like a teaspoon, half of a teaspoon to a whole teaspoon of it. Soda is terrible, guys. Soda is terrible. Soda is not natural for the body at all. It's absolutely terrible with all the sugar, the high fructose corn syrup, all that. That is terrible for the body. It destroys the liver. Yeah. So yeah, I am familiar with it to a certain degree, Melania, but I'm not. I would research the bladder rack when it comes to anything dealing with the thyroid. There are other things that you can research on that too. Okay. So yeah, definitely look at the bladder wrap for that. But also, guys, you can look when you're dealing with any type of parasites in the body, you're dealing with any type of viruses in the body. Some of the most powerful things are the simple herbs, like the or spices, like the oregano, the parsley, the cilantro. Those things are great in binding up toxins and parasites and things of that nature in the body and helping the body to remove that from the system. That it's cat's claw. Yeah, I think it's I forget the name. Cat's claw that I got. I forget the name of some of these herbs, guys. It's just so many. But the cat's claw that I got, I utilize that. Now that tastes worse than the sea moss, but that has a lot of antiviral properties in it, and it's great for blood pressure and other things. But it's deep in the antiviral. It even helps the body to rid itself of herpes simplex 1 and 2. So it's really powerful when it comes to the antiviral effects of that cat's claw, guys. But it tastes absolutely awful. I'm telling you again. Now that tastes worse than the sea moss. That tastes worse than the sea moss. I mean, I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You say what is that cat's claw? It's a herb as well. I have it. Again, I have, for those of you who are not familiar with the videos, I have a ton of videos on all the herbs that I got. And I usually have the herbs behind me, but I'm at my table today. So you see these bags of chips and this guacamole. I ain't mean for y'all to see that. You caught me. All right, so you say hanging with Miss D. I believe we have to learn our body and learn what does us harm, because we're all made different in one way or another, because what's good for one. I don't know about that, Miss D. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but what I am saying is the one thing that all our bodies require is certain levels of minerals, the essential fatty acids, and the proteins. So in that sense, we are all alike. And what is happening is herbs are not any magical type thing. They are natural foods for the body. So they provide what all human bodies need when it comes to the minerals, the vitamins, the fatty acids, the omega-3s, the omega-6s, the essential amino acids. All bodies that are human need those things, and those are the natural substances for the body found in the natural food. So yes, what might not work for one in terms of specific medicinal use is true, but herbs that provide those things that I just mentioned are good for any and every human being. That's a fact, because every human being needs the minerals. So this is where we get mixed up into thinking that this works, but that doesn't work. Yeah, that may be in specific cases dealing with things that are not essential to the body. Minerals, vitamins, essential fatty acids, all those things, amino acids, are essential to every human body. Therefore, you're gonna need those. And this is what the herbs provide. The herbs are natural foods. They're not superfoods. They're not that. They're natural for the body. We've been conditioned to believe that the food that we eat, that we have been made to eat, the food that we love, is natural food. It is not natural food. If it has to be modified in order to be consumed, then it's not natural. You understand what I'm saying? We're not natural. So that's what we're dealing with. Yeah, I can agree with you on that. Check on in, Mom. Hey, what's up, Mom? I'm glad you're checking in. Judy, I understand that too. But at the end of the day, I mean, animals are here to be eaten by other animals. I don't think they're here to be eaten by humans. Because again, you have to go through too many things. This is what I tell individuals who love meat. And again, I'm not a meat basher, guys. So if you eat meat, that's your thing. I'm not mad at you. But when people tell me, oh no, I can't stop, I love meat. I say, you love the way meat has been prepared. I say, if you truly love that meat, you could kill that cow, that pig, that chicken. You can clean it, skin it, and then you can bite into that meat raw, and you can tell me how delicious that meat tastes. It doesn't. You don't like meat in and of itself. You love the way meat has been prepared. I love the way meat has and had been prepared. Even to this day, I still have an eye on those chicken nuggets from the racist owner. What's his name? He racist now, but I still love this chicken nuggets. Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Every time I go past Chick-fil-A and I smell that chicken popping off, Lord have mercy. I think organic, JD, I think organic is extremely important because I think organic is man, I'm stuttering. I've been on here too long. Extremely important, guys, because again, it's not sprayed. If it's authentically organic, then it's not sprayed with the chemicals, then therefore, yes, it's a lot better for you because you're not taking in those chemicals. So yes, organic. I try to buy organic all the time. Yes, it's more expensive. Yes, it hits me in my pocketbook, and I ain't living like that yet. I ain't making no money off these videos yet. I'm making about $1 here and there. So I'm still struggling when it comes to being able to produce what it is that I'm producing and eat the way that I'm eating. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to do that because, like I said before yesterday, I'm going to go out natural or I'm going to stay around natural. And let me interject this, guys. Marv, I'll get back to you about the lamb in just a second. Let me interject this. What's up, Kate? Let me interject this. I'm not against medical intervention. Again, when I was on that bed and my heart had stopped 5 times in that 4-hour period, the medicine that they did gave me to slow my heart down from racing helped save my life. You understand what I'm saying? So in acute situations, medical intervention is definitely, when it comes to medicine, when it comes to trauma and fixing things, that's the bomb. You definitely need that around. But when it comes to acute situations, medicines are essential as well. Again, they saved my life. I'm just not for long-term use of medicines in order to try to heal a situation because they're not here to heal. They're here to prevent certain symptoms from happening. You understand what I'm saying? The herbs and those things that are natural are healing for the body because it gives the body the minerals and the nutrients that it needs. It's not a miracle, guys. What we suffer from mostly is when we're dealing with illnesses that are not just strange foreign-born illnesses that's taking over the body, but lifestyle type illnesses such as the autoimmune diseases, the illnesses that we take on, the colds, the flus, and those type of things, and just the daily sickness. Those things are really in part mineral deficiencies along with other deficiencies of nutrients. You understand what I'm saying? And the body getting out of balance hormonally. So I didn't have a heart attack. I had what is called a supraventricular tachycardia. So it was more about my heart speeding up and shutting down. So I wasn't having a heart attack. I was having the supraventricular tachycardia. The heart would have stopped. They wouldn't have called it a heart attack. They would have called it whatever they called it because it wasn't anything that was blocked. It was just that my electrical system was out of balance because of the lifestyle that I was living and probably an inheritance of certain things that allowed my body to succumb to that, as well as, like I said, the lack of nutrition and all that other stuff. I had one person that I needed to address. Judy, what about lamb? Although I don't eat lamb. Judy Marva Hollins, you may have answered that. Lamb. So yeah. What's up, Nikki? Yeah, I can't. The things I talk about, Deborah, I can't stay on there a whole long time like that. Like Sharon entertains a lot, you know what I mean, and she's more of a natural type of flow. What I'm bringing is like things that are really I'm having to remember because I'm learning those things. So that takes a lot of brain. And I'm not saying she doesn't have great brain power, but that takes me pulling things right out of certain things. So you say, Nikki, now what's that? How is Haratiki? All right, I've never heard of that, Nikki. I will have to look that up. I'm gonna write that down, or if you can, leave that in my comments so I can look that up because I'm not familiar with that. Maybe I pronounced it wrong too. Haritaki. I've never heard of it. If you can, explain that a little bit. All right. Yeah, so at the end of the day, guys, again, I'm not that extremist that tell you, no, don't take medicine, don't do this, don't do that. No, because I took medicine. When I was having my back surgery over 10 years ago, and this was way before became more into the herbs and stuff, I was begging them to give me that medicine. And I know for sure that that medicine helped with that pain. But again, I know for sure that that's not a long-term solution to healing the issue. It can stop and it can stop the symptoms from manifesting, but the problem is still there. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. And again, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna do this whole week. I'm gonna do a whole week of lives, guys. And if you have anything you need to talk about, anything different, anything other than what we're talking about today, similar to what we talked about yesterday, anything dealing with life, anything dealing with anything that is a part of our lives, I'm willing to talk about it, guys, so we can have a platform to really share some ideas, some information, etc. I have a few more topics tomorrow that I want to talk about, all right? You guys have a great night. Sending you peace and love. Thanks for stopping in. Peace.